Imagine a moment when the weight of past hurts feels almost too heavy to carry, when the memories of pain echo in your heart and make you wonder if you will ever find relief. Picture yourself standing at the edge of a vast canyon of emotions, where every tear you've shed, every wound left behind, seems to stretch out before you as an endless reminder of what you have lost. Now, imagine that instead of letting that hurt define you, you choose to see it as the first step on a journey toward building a life of high value, a life where each scar becomes a symbol of strength, resilience, and ultimately, empowerment. In that very instant, you decide that the pain you once felt will not hold you back. It will be transformed into a stepping stone that lifts you higher than you ever thought possible. Think of the gentle power that comes from letting go of negativity and embracing the lessons hidden in every setback. Consider how the warmth of compassion for yourself can melt away the icy grip of despair, making room for hope and clarity. This is the journey that transforms hurt into high value, a path where every painful experience is a chance to learn, grow, and reframe your self-worth into something shining and true. Your heart, though bruised, has an incredible capacity to heal and to turn past sorrows into a powerful vision of who you can become. As you listen closely to these words, allow yourself to be drawn into the possibility that what once hurt you can be the fuel for a transformation that will elevate every part of your being. This is not just a dream. It is a promise that with every step you take, you can rebuild yourself into a being full of worth, elegance, and inner fire. And it is with this promise that I welcome you to join a journey of profound change, a journey brought to you by Stoic Women. Before we dive even deeper into this idea, I invite you to take a moment to share a short phrase in the comments that describes what high value means to you. Please also subscribe to our channel and give this video a like so that we can continue to build a strong, supportive community of women who transform their pain into purpose and their hurt into pure strength. Every day, we encounter challenges that shake us to our core. From the small, everyday disappointments to the major betrayals and losses that feel insurmountable, life sometimes deals blows that leave us questioning our own worth. At times, the memories of hurt can feel like deep wounds that refuse to heal, a constant reminder that we have been broken. Yet, it is in these moments of feeling low and lost that the seeds of true high value begin to germinate. When you allow yourself to honor the pain and learn from it, you start a process of inner transformation. You begin to understand that every hardship carries with it a lesson, and every setback, when faced with courage, can lead to a greater understanding of your strengths. Over time, the raw edges of your past pain can smooth into a resilient core, a core built not on what was taken from you, but on what you have learned to give back to yourself and to the world. This process is like turning a rough stone into a finely cut gem. Each strike of adversity, each moment of suffering, is a chance to polish away dullness and reveal your innate worth. The transformation from hurt to high value is not a process that happens overnight. It is a deep, ongoing journey that invites you to look within, confront your wounds with gentle honesty, and nurture the parts of yourself that have been hurt. When you are courageous enough to face your inner darkness, you also unlock a radiant light that had been hidden inside all along. That light is the sum of your experiences, your wisdom, and the quiet power that grows from knowing your own story fully. In this journey, the teachings of Stoicism can be especially guiding. The Stoic idea that while you cannot control what happens to you, you always have the power to control your response is a profound lesson for turning pain into power. When you learn to separate the events of your life from your judgment of those events, you gain the freedom to choose a healthier, more empowering path. Imagine that every hurtful experience is like a page in a book that you did not choose to write. You cannot change the words on that page, but you can choose how the rest of your story unfolds. With each passing day, you have the opportunity to add new chapters filled with strength, dignity, and high value. Chapters that are written with the ink of self-respect and clear purpose. As you reflect on your journey, try to envision every painful memory as a lesson that taught you about your resilience, every heartbreak a reminder that you have endured and grown stronger. In doing so, you begin to shift the narrative from one of victimization to one of empowerment. Instead of letting your past define you, you embrace it as part of the mosaic of who you are, a unique and beautiful tapestry woven from moments of both sorrow and triumph. Consider the simple act of self-compassion, where you treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding that you would offer a dear friend. When you are hurting, it is natural to be hard on yourself, to dwell on your mistakes and shortcomings. But high value comes from recognizing your own inherent worth, independent of your failures or the judgments of others. Every moment of self-doubt can be met with a counterbalance of self-love, a reminder that you, as a woman, are capable of transforming pain into personal power. When you speak to yourself in gentle, affirming words, you slowly replace the harsh voice of criticism with a supportive and loving inner dialogue. This nurturing conversation is a key part of the journey from hurt to high value. It is a conscious choice to regard your feelings as valid and to embrace your imperfections as elements of a complex, beautiful whole. The kindness you extend to yourself gradually becomes a wellspring of inner strength, one that allows you to navigate the world with confidence and grace. In the midst of recovery, you may come to realize that the experiences which once hurt you now hold a secret power. They are the tools that have shaped you into a person who understands the true value of resilience. Each scar is a story of survival, each tear a testament to your willingness to confront life's challenges head-on. Over time, you will find that these experiences transform into a kind of currency, a measure of the depth of your character and the richness of your spirit. High value is not measured by the absence of pain, but by the ability to rise above it, to find meaning in the struggle, and to harness that meaning to forge a path toward a more empowered future. The more you invest in understanding your pain, the more you will discover that it is possible to convert that hurt into wisdom. Wisdom that fuels decisions, shapes your actions, and guides you towards living a life filled with purpose rather than regret. It is a slow, deliberate process of reawakening to your own potential, recognizing that each hardship has prepared you for a destiny that is strong, high value, and uniquely yours. One of the most important lessons in this process is learning to let go of what no longer serves you. Sometimes, holding on to hurt is like carrying a heavy load that only slows you down. Every bit of energy spent on rehashing the pain of the past takes away from the energy you could use to build a better future. Imagine yourself cleaning out an old room filled with items that no longer fit into your present life. With every discarded item, you create more space for new, beautiful treasures. In much the same way, releasing the weight of old hurt opens up room within your heart and mind for growth, healing, and self-improvement. This doesn't mean that you forget what happened or that you pretend the pain never existed. Rather, it means you choose not to let that pain control your future. You become deliberate about what you allow to take root in your thoughts and which beliefs no longer serve the person you are becoming. And as you let go of the past, you make space for high-value qualities like confidence, clarity, and compassion to bloom. The journey from hurt to high value also involves setting clear boundaries that protect your newfound sense of self-worth. When you have experienced pain, it is natural for your heart to feel fragile, as if it might shatter with the slightest impact. But as you heal, you learn that establishing boundaries is not about building walls to keep others out. It is about creating safe spaces where you can grow and thrive. Boundaries are a form of self-respect. They are the invisible lines that you draw to honor your own needs and to protect your energy. When you communicate these boundaries clearly, you send a message that you are no longer willing to accept behavior that diminishes your value. Over time, this practice helps you build relationships that are based on mutual respect and understanding. It allows you to invest your time and energy in connections that support your journey toward being a high-value individual. And as you become more selective about what you give your heart to, you find that the quality of your interactions improves drastically, bringing more joy, trust, and fulfillment into your life. Equally important is the habit of gratitude. It might seem counterintuitive to feel grateful when you are dealing with hurt, but gratitude is one of the most powerful agents of healing. When you make it a practice to appreciate the small blessings in your life, you begin to shift your focus from what is missing or painful to what is present and precious. Each moment of thankfulness reinforces the idea that there is goodness and light in the world, even if it sometimes seems hidden behind the clouds of sorrow. Gratitude can transform your perspective and remind you that, even in dark times, there are sparks of beauty, kindness, and love. These sparks, when nurtured, can grow into a fire of positivity that warms your spirit and arms you with the courage to move forward. Over time, as you cultivate gratitude, you find that you are less defined by your hurt and more inspired by the abundance of life's small miracles. This shift in perspective is a critical step in progressing from feeling diminished by pain to recognizing and embracing your high-value worth. Another vital component of this transformation is the willingness to seek help and share your burdens. Sometimes the weight of our hurt feels too heavy to carry alone, and reaching out to a trusted friend, counselor, or mentor can provide the support you need to heal. There is tremendous strength in vulnerability, the courage to admit that you are hurting, and to ask for assistance in your journey. By sharing your story, you not only ease your own pain, but also contribute to a collective narrative of resilience and hope. When you see others emerging from their own struggles with a renewed sense of purpose, it ignites a spark within you to continue your journey toward high-value living. Moreover, the simple act of connecting with someone who understands your pain can be incredibly validating. It reminds you that you are not alone and that your struggles are shared by many. In that shared experience, you find comfort and inspiration, fueling your own determination to rise above hurt and redefine your sense of self. As you continue to work through the echoes of your past and invest in your healing, you begin to see that every challenge has the potential to be a turning point. The harder the struggle, the more profound the growth can be. It's like a journey along a winding path where each twist and turn, though sometimes painful, eventually leads you to a place of clarity and empowerment. There is an inherent beauty in the process of transformation, even if it feels arduous at times. Each step, however small, is a move away from the isolation of hurt and a step toward a more vibrant, high-value existence. Remind yourself that you are on a path of continuous evolution, a path where every experience, pleasant or painful, contributes to the strong, graceful, and worthy person you are becoming. The concept of high value is not about superficial attributes or the fleeting approval of others. It is a deep, inner quality that comes from truly knowing yourself. It is about recognizing your unique gifts, talents, and potential, and then living in a way that honors those qualities. When you are high value, you are not dependent on the validation of anyone else, because you understand that your worth comes from within. This inner strength and self-acceptance are the foundations upon which lasting success and happiness are built. It is the quiet confidence that radiates from you when you know that, despite the pain you have endured, you stand strong, ready to face any challenge with dignity and grace. This is the essence of moving from hurt to high value, a rebirth of the self that is rooted in self-knowledge, resilience, and an unwavering commitment to personal growth. In many ways, the process of transformation is like the changing of seasons. There are times in your life that feel like the harsh winter of hurt, when the cold winds of disappointment seem to freeze you in place. But just as winter eventually gives way to the gentle warmth of spring, so too does your inner landscape blossom when nurtured with care. The winter of your struggles is not an end, but a prelude to a season of renewal. With every experience that once brought pain, there is an opportunity to plant the seeds of a new beginning. Slowly, these seeds sprout into a garden of high-value self-worth, one where every flower is a testament to the strength you have built and the beauty that has emerged from adversity. Embrace the cycles of change, knowing that even the deepest hurt has the potential to yield a harvest of wisdom, growth, and inner richness. The journey from hurt to high value is also about redefining the way you see success and happiness. Often society tells us that our worth is tied to external achievements, appearance, or the approval of others. But the most profound form of high value is not found in what you have, but in who you are, deep inside. It is the realization that your intrinsic value does not diminish because of setbacks or mistakes. In fact, it is through these very challenges that you learn the most about yourself. You learn about your capacity for love, forgiveness, perseverance, and courage. You learn that even in moments of deep pain, there is a spark of light that can never be extinguished. High-value living is about embracing that light, nurturing it, and letting it shine through every aspect of your life. As you cultivate this inner brilliance, you begin to attract positive energy and people who appreciate the real, unfiltered version of you, a version that has been refined by hardship and polished to a high shine by persistence and self-love. One of the most powerful tools in this transformation is the practice of mindfulness. By learning to live in the present moment, you create space to heal and to rebuild your sense of self without the heavy burden of past regrets or future anxieties. Mindfulness offers you a chance to observe your thoughts and feelings without being overwhelmed by them, giving you the freedom to choose responses that align with your true values. In those quiet moments of awareness, you can let go of old hurts and open up to new possibilities. It is here, in the stillness of the present, that you begin to see that pain is not a permanent state, but a transient visitor. One that, if greeted with compassion and clarity, can pass without leaving a mark on your inner light. Another aspect of this journey is the importance of setting goals that resonate with your true self. When you are clear about your values and the direction you want your life to take, every challenge you face becomes an opportunity to move closer to that vision. It may seem difficult at first to chart such a course, especially when you are recovering from hurt. But even small goals can serve as stepping stones toward a greater sense of purpose and high-value living. Perhaps it is starting a new hobby that brings you joy, dedicating time each day to personal growth, or simply taking a moment to reflect on what truly makes you happy. Each goal, no matter how modest, is a declaration of your commitment to yourself, that you are worthy of a life filled with purpose, love, and respect. By breaking down your journey into manageable steps, you empower yourself to reclaim your narrative and redefine what it means to be a high-value individual. Throughout this process, remember that healing is not linear. There will be days when progress feels slow, when the echoes of past wounds seem louder than your inner voice of strength. In those moments, be patient with yourself. Acknowledge that setbacks are a natural part of growth, and that each pause in your progress is simply a chance to gather more strength for the next step forward. High value does not mean being perfect. It means being resilient, learning from each stumble, and rising again with more wisdom and grace than before. Celebrate every forward step, no matter how small. Each moment of courage is a building block of your enduring self-worth, a testament to the fact that even in the midst of hurt, you have the power to create something truly remarkable. As you continue to transform your hurt into high value, you may notice that your relationships begin to change as well. When you learn to see yourself as valuable, you naturally attract people who recognize and honor that value. The toxic influences of the past start to fade away, and you find yourself surrounded by those who support your vision and uplift your spirit. In time, you build a community, a network of friends, mentors, and kindred souls who understand the power of transformation and celebrate the strength that comes from overcoming adversity. This community can become a source of inspiration and a reminder that you are not alone on your journey. Their stories, struggles, and triumphs add to the tapestry of resilience that defines your collective experience. And as you share your own journey, you offer hope and guidance to others who may be seeking their way out of darkness toward a life of true high value. It is also important to acknowledge that claims of high value come from within. The journey you travel is deeply personal, and no one else can define your worth for you. Your self-respect, your values, your uniqueness. These are the treasures that make you irreplaceable. Embracing your authenticity, with all its scars and triumphs, is the cornerstone of high-value living. When you no longer seek external validation to feel complete, you can stand tall as the person you were always meant to be. Every challenge you have faced, every moment of hurt, has prepared you for this recognition of your own inherent worth. Look in the mirror and see not just what has happened to you, but all the strength and beauty you have gained from it. In that reflection, you find the true measure of your value, a value that is undeniable and everlasting. There is a quiet revolution in embracing this truth. It calls on you to reclaim your narrative and turn your pain into power. The journey from hurt to high value is a path of constant learning and unfolding. Each day, you are given the chance to rewrite your story, to nourish your soul with self-love, and to demonstrate to the world that your worth is not determined by past wounds, but by the wisdom, courage, and beauty you exude as you rise again and again. This path leads you to a place where you honor your journey, where every step forward is a testament to your resilience, and where the light of high value burns brighter than any shadow of hurt. As time goes on, you will find that the habits you develop along this journey become the foundation of your strength. Simple practices like journaling your thoughts, meditating to calm your mind, and setting aside moments for gratitude can gradually transform how you view yourself. These habits are like seeds that, when nurtured, blossom into a garden of inner peace and self-confidence. They remind you that even when you feel broken, there is a profound capacity within you to rebuild and renew. With every sunrise, you have the opportunity to start afresh, to remember that your past does not define your future. You are in control of your journey, and with each step, you are moving steadily from hurt into a realm of high value that is anchored in self-respect and enduring inner light. In the evenings, when the world quiets down and you have a chance to reflect on the day, your mind may wander to those moments of past pain. Instead of trying to push those memories away, allow yourself to revisit them with a compassionate heart. See each memory as a teacher, a reminder of the battles you have fought and the victories you have won. Each recollection is an opportunity to affirm that despite the hurt, you have emerged stronger and more determined than ever to build a life of dignity and high value. This practice of gentle reflection transforms old pain into a reservoir of strength that you can draw upon whenever challenges arise. The journey is not about erasing the past, but about redefining its meaning, a meaning that honors both the trials you have endured and the amazing strength you have discovered within yourself. There will be moments along this path when the road seems steep, and the burden of past hurt feels overwhelming. In those moments, take a deep breath and remember that growth often comes in the most unexpected ways. Like a river that carves its way through solid rock over time, your perseverance will gradually shape the future you envision. Embrace every twist and turn, knowing that each challenge is an integral part of your grand transformation. It is in the quiet persistence of showing up for yourself every day, even when it is hard, that you build the solid foundation of high-value living. The journey is continuous, a series of small, deliberate choices that accumulate into a powerful narrative of self-worth, courage, and unstoppable resilience. Over time, as you continue to transform your inner world, you may notice subtle changes in the way you think and feel. The old wounds, while they may never completely disappear, begin to lose their sting. They become symbols rather than scars, personal reminders of the lessons learned and the strength gained. You might even find that what once felt like a heavy burden now serves as a source of inspiration. Every challenge has shaped you into a person who knows her worth, who understands that pain can be a powerful catalyst for growth. With this new perspective, you navigate relationships, work, and everyday life with a calm confidence that comes from deep within, a confidence that speaks of high value, authenticity, and self-assurance. As you approach each new day, set an intention to honor your journey. Intend to greet challenges with an open heart, knowing that each struggle offers an invaluable lesson in resilience. Let the memories of past pain motivate you to create a future where you are celebrated, not for what you have endured, but for how you have risen above it. In every smile, every act of kindness toward yourself and others, let the truth shine that you are enough, that you have transformed your hurt into a high value that cannot be shaken by the storms of life. Your journey is a living testament to the power within and the beauty of growth born from adversity. In the quiet moments before sleep, allow yourself to be enveloped in a sense of gratitude. Gratitude for every lesson that hurt has taught you, gratitude for every moment of healing, and gratitude for the undeniable strength that now resides in your heart. These moments of gratitude are like gentle lullabies for the soul, whispering that you are cherished, and that every step you take toward high-value living is an act of courage and love. They reinforce the idea that even in your most vulnerable moments, you are already a masterpiece in progress, continuously refined by the fires of experience and the gentle touch of self-compassion. Perhaps one of the most profound realizations you will have on this journey is that your value does not come from external validation, but from the quiet, steadfast recognition of who you truly are. It is not about having everything perfect or fitting a certain mold. It is simply about embracing every part of yourself, the light and the shadow, and standing tall in the truth that you are enough. As you continue to cultivate this inner truth, you become a beacon of high value, touching the lives of those around you with your authenticity and strength. People begin to see you not as someone defined by past hurts, but as someone who has emerged as a shining example of what it means to truly transform adversity into purpose. Your journey becomes an inspiration, a living proof that the most valuable qualities are often forged in the crucible of challenge. Each day, as you move forward with a renewed sense of self, remember that your value is not diminished by the difficulties you've faced. Instead, it is amplified by them. Every time you choose healing over despair, every time you offer yourself kindness instead of judgment, you build a ladder from hurt to high value, one step at a time. Trust that with each deliberate action, you are aligning more and more with the high-value life you deserve. A life filled with empowerment, respect, and an unwavering belief in your own worth. And so, as you navigate the unpredictable roads of life, let the echoes of each lesson guide you gently forward. Embrace the journey with all its ups and downs, knowing that every challenge has the potential to unlock a part of you that is even stronger, even more compassionate, and even more valuable than before. Hold on to the small moments of joy that shine through the darkness, and let them serve as reminders that your destiny is not defined by what has hurt you, but by the woman you are choosing to become. A woman of high value, forged by fire and refined by grace. As you continue to walk this road from hurt to high value, keep nurturing the practices that feed your spirit, be it through quiet moments of reflection, words of affirmation whispered to your heart, or the purposeful acts of self-care that remind you of your worth. With every step, know that you are building a future that honors both your pain and your triumphs, creating a legacy that is uniquely and beautifully your own. May each breath you take be a reminder that healing is a courageous act, and that every morning is a new opportunity to rise above what once hurt you. May you always remember that your value is inherent, not something that is granted by circumstances or the opinions of others. Your high value comes from within, nurtured by your resilience, your wisdom, and your unwavering commitment to transform every hurt into an asset that elevates your life. Now, as this reflection draws to a close, and you prepare to step into the next phase of your journey, hold on to the simple truth that you are more than the sum of your wounds. You are the creator of your destiny, the author of your narrative, and every day brings a fresh canvas upon which you can paint your life with the vibrant colors of strength, love, and high value. Let the lessons of the past propel you forward, and embrace the knowledge that in every moment, you have the power to choose healing over hurt, purpose over pain, and high value over despair. Thank you for staying with me on this journey of transformation. Remember to leave a comment with a phrase that summarizes your personal vision of high value, subscribe to our channel, and give this video a like. Your participation helps create a community where every woman can find the strength to turn hurt into high value.